before we get
we'll get a Tupac album before we get the Rihanna album.
All right.
Speaking of albums.
Speaking of albums, yeah.
Speaking of albums.
Look at that.
Eminem's new album, Death of Slim Shady.
Coupe de Grace.
Coupe de Grace.
Coupe de Grace. Cut the bullshit. I don't know what it's called.
I think it's called Coupe de Grace.
So how we feeling about it?
I'll give it a 6.5
out of 100 or a 10.
Out of a 10, and in comparison to what I've given his last 3 albums,
I like
like a 2 and a 3 and a 1, like
damn.
Like, so it's miles better.
Yeah, they weren't really that good. Tonio, you wanna?
I haven't listened to the album, but I've heard. I listened to. I didn't like Houdini. Toby's okay. But as I was saying before the pod, I don't understand. This was probably just to, the boomers who want Eminem to just be, and probably a lot of these Trump supporters too. I blame Trump supporters a little bit too.
Yeah, that nigga be going on them.
Just want vulgar and people and just obscenities and people get called out their names and stuff. Mm-hmm. They want that energy, and Eminem was that rapper at that point in time, but don't know Eminem ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
The nigga's healed, like I was saying. Like it feels I was listening to a Houdini and it feels inauthentic. It doesn't, like, I know it was trying to be like the Without Me. It feels. He just went in there and was like, abracadabra.
I was like, what you looking at?
I can see that perspective of why you would think he made that album. I feel like a lot of, in general, Gen Z for the past
10 years
or so has been talking a lot of shit about Eminem. So now
the music is so whack.
So now he's just like, okay, now I'm gonna talk shit about all of your stars.
Mm-hmm. As he should, because like Gen Z don't know this man at his peak, but it's the level of ageism that Gen Z and some millennials have a little bit. That once you reach a certain age, just stop. You're not supposed to keep working. You're not supposed to keep doing your art or whatever. It's kind of how they treat Madonna.
But who
you know
are
what I'm saying?
That shit?
They have youth.
No, yeah, it's wild because
but that's what it is. It's definitely ageism and ableism.
Sound like
it's in music.
It is.
I think it's ageism in hip hop because like they don't do that to actors. They won't be like just hang it up when they're like on their deathbed. They'll be like hang it up. But,
but what's his name?
You can act well into your like.
What's the
fucking somebody just won a
Han Solo keep doing shit.
Yeah, bro. We got to talk about him in a minute.
Harrison Ford keep doing shit.
Get off my plane.
What's the cowboy? What's the cowboy name?
Oh, you're talking about no. He's talking about no. He
does a lot of westerns.
He was a western.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
he's 90 years old.
That nigga's dying.
Right, bro. Him and Biden are just going back and forth.
Him, Biden, and Trump, all of them.
Yeah.
You know
you guys ever watch the movie he did here?
The Gran Turismo. It was okay.
I didn't like it.
I know a lot of people liked it.
Well,
my mom liked it.
I'm not a Clint Eastwood fan.
Specifically about like my old partner for video, Preston's culture. It's like the Asian community that was in it are called they're called Hmong people.
Yeah.
And basically it was just them in Detroit, like that's how
it is a
actually
big
was
in Detroit.
Yeah.
Big in Mount Clemens in particular, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It
really?
Mm-hmm.
I actually knew his cousin without realizing it was his cousin. I worked with a guy named Pete at the Honda dealership I used to work at, and he was like 5 years older than me, but I knew he was Hmong. And then when I started working with Preston, I knew there wasn't a lot of Hmong people. I was like, mate, he might know him. So I was like, do you know who this is? And he's like, yeah, that's my cousin. And they like lived around the block from each other. Like they lived in Warren. Like Warren had a spot as well. Huh. But I think there are a lot in like Auburn Hills now.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I tell people about Michigan, we're a little melting pot that no one really talks about.
I mean, shit, we have the largest community of Arab people.
Arabs and South Asians too.
In America.
Yeah. We do?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
We're the capital.
I wonder why. Maybe just the location.
I think it was just. I think it's a port. Like Detroit is a port through Canada, so like.
I think that's why.
Like it wasn't It wasn't a direct to the U.S. when people were immigrating here. So they came through probably.
And we have a low cost of living in comparison to other areas.
That as well. They had we have a whole area that was just like run down that people were able to buy up,
yeah.
Fix. So like we had a lot of basically unoccupied land.
Yeah, Dearborn is shit. And the Arabs did that.
I'm not going to say the jokes that I wanted to say because I'm mature now.
Be it good.
No,
you healed.
Something like that.
You healed.
Kind of similar to that fucking Eminem album.
Yeah.
I like the album. I did.
Yeah.
I did. It gets better every listen. It's probably my favorite since Marshall Mathers LP2 because I'm an M fan. I listen to his albums and I didn't really like the music to be murdered by Kamikaze and what was
Revival.
I do. There is a couple songs on Kamikaze I like. The ones with
Jordan Lucas. I like Lucky You and
it's the ones with Scarlet girl.
Scarlet Gray. I think
Jessie Reyes.
Jessie Reyes.
I like those songs too.
It's not bad.
Kelsey.
Bad Dad?
Bad Guy.
Bad. Okay.
Kelsey listens to a lot of Jessie Reyes.
Yeah,
who the fuck is Jessie Reyes?
She's a good. I think she's British. I could be wrong.
She's signed
Canadian.
to Eminem. She's signed to Eminem.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, and
Skylar.
like the songs I've heard by her, like how I would describe her, she like sings in like the way that Chance the Rapper used to sing. Like acid rap Chance the Rapper.
Like damn near about to overdose Chance the Rapper?
No, like you know how like
a rapper, singer.
Thirsty, trying to choose. Like the
Rhymey.
way like
that overdose,
with that voice, like that she's like the female version of that. Like that's what at least the songs I've heard by her.
But yeah, regarding this album, man, and Antonio talked about it, like him just trying to like get himself canceled by Gen Z or whatever and everything. It was it's a lot of he has a lot of slurs on there and a lot of poking the bear stuff, but I think he did that intentionally.
Yeah,
just because I think he's come to that crossroad of like, yo, I don't need to do this to sell records. Or I don't need to do this. But Slim Shady is a part of him. It's literally the reason that he got popular. He talks about it on the album, and overall, like I said, it's probably one of my favorite recent Eminem albums. His last couple have really been hitting like that. I know I told Wes my last Eminem album that I really liked was Recovery 2010. I know a lot of people don't really like that. That was kind of like the pop version of Eminem that started and everything, and a lot of people don't really are fond of that. But I like
that
Recovery.
was the last album I liked too.
I liked it when it came out.
And then Kamikaze, I just like the songs with Jessie Reyes.
In retrospect, I just don't like the album. Like, I don't go back and listen to any song from Recovery. Like, if I want to go back and listen to an Eminem song, like, I don't go to Recovery. Mm-hmm. I'll go to Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady, occasionally Encore, and then sometimes Relapse. But
what was that?
Or like Lucy's, like, you know, like the fucking
MGK shit.
I don't really care for that song.
I'll go to the 8 Mile soundtrack.
I'm talking about there's like that, but I'm talking about like the disses to Ja Rule with them.
Hilarious.
Rapping over Hail Mary and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He got a diss. You got a diss on.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Ja Rule.
This nigga is healed. Yeah. And like y'all poking at a bear, he will fucking annihilate everybody. That's why MGK can't do shit no more. He ruined that entire man's career. If y'all really want this man to just be canceled, he will do something to get something cancelable. Just stop. And just I don't know. I'll listen to the album tonight now that y'all are giving positive.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it tonight.
Well, what I know Wes was talking about something regarding streaming numbers, first week streaming numbers. What was it? Oh well, he's doing the camera thing. Well,
he did good streaming wise.
Well, no, he did like 300,000.
Okay, so like my little topic within this was, when are people at what extent will people go to discredit somebody's
That's what it was.
first week streaming numbers? Like when they do well, Like there's always something like in rap. Like for a while it was like, oh well, your lead single was a Drake feature, so that's why your numbers did good first week, or like, oh you did a package thing, that's why your numbers are so good. And then now I saw somebody was saying Eminem numbers were only that good because his sales are mostly physical and he has the cult following, so he'll always sell that.
First of all, physical sales is what you want.
So
you don't want streaming numbers.
It always used to be the streaming, and like they flipped it for this one. And then somebody was like, well, no, actually it's not, because he did his
the
physical copies as pre-orders. They don't come out until September. So those don't count for first week numbers. That's all streaming. And then they were like, well, it's all because of Houdini, because he dropped that single Houdini. That's why he has all those first week numbers.
Yes, that's the job.
I was like, bro, it's his single.
That's
he
the
didn't
music
use
industry.
What crutch?
That's literally the job.
Like, what crutch are you trying to say he used? His song?
It goes back to what I said, the discredit, like you were saying, trying to discredit him. And it's a level of ageism that's in some of these, that's in the community and shit like that, that just can't congratulate this man that y'all talk shit about. His music ain't shit. Okay, he played his game. He played the game. He played y'all. Yeah. Now look at him.
That's true.
He got another one. And let's just say also, none of his albums has flopped.
No. I think a flop to him is like doing like 100K in the first week.
A consecutive #1 album every album.
Yeah.
If I'm correct me.
Even with the bad, no, you're right. Even with the bad album
every time.
Yeah. So like
he hasn't had a week where he didn't start #1 since Slim Shady LP.
Yeah. He announced Kamikaze that Thursday.
Yeah.
And it sold 400,000 the first week.
Like I don't know what do people want?
But people are always going to be mad. People are always
like what do y'all want from Eminem? Like
I don't know. He tried to give y'all the political
He's
album.
had a #1 album since Eminem show.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, since the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah. Because Marshall Mathers did with a mill. I think Eminem show did a mill.
Well, yeah. Marshall Mathers and Eminem show are both Diamond.
Yeah.
He has 2. Diamond is over 10 million copies.
Yeah. And fucking Encore did like 700,000 the first.
And
like,
that was actual physical copy.
Oh yeah, that's what you had.
That's before he went Diamond before.
It goes back to them just trying to discredit. I want to say senior, but just people who've been in the game long enough and who can still run with the greats. And it also shows the level of music right now, especially hip hop, because like. I'm already tired of Not Like Us, but like, hip hop is weak right now. So like,
I got some albums you should listen to this.
So like mainstream though, like I'm just talking about. No, I'm not talking about but I'm like mainstream. The faces of hip hop is ass right now. You know what I'm saying?